Hello everybody, and welcome to another Exploring a Call of Duty multiplayer map in Black Ops 2. So the map we're going to be looking at today is the Black Ops 2 launch map Carrier, which is a Chinese supercarrier, and it's a very popular launch map in Black Ops 2. Lots of classic sniping, free-for-all gameplays and clips were hit on this map, so let's go into it. Take a look around the map and see what details we can find, and perhaps find any hidden little story parts on this map. So Carrier is a very interesting and very memorable map, and we're going to just take a look all around the map, look at all like the little details and areas we can go to, and try to find any hidden elements on this map. So first thing that we notice is when we spawn over here into this part of the map, there's this little indentation down here where, spawning can take place, because obviously the map is one of the most flat and open areas in all of Black Ops 2. So obviously spawning up here would be, pretty bad. So in free-for-all and in team modes, you normally spawn down in this area. So if we come over here, obviously the first thing, the most apparent thing about the little details on the map is all of the rubble and destruction and all the exploded things. Now, this is a Chinese supercarrier, so it's not the American one that we play in the campaign. So what I'm going to suggest for the story of this map is this is during the time in the campaign where the American fleet was being attacked by their own drones, and I think that what Raul Menendez and Cortes Dia took control of the American drones and then obviously bombarded this carrier along with all the other ships in the Chinese fleet with the drones. So that's the basic overview of the map story, and I think that once the drones started to come and fly onto the map, that's when everybody started to panic and rush for cover. So let's take a look at in this little building right here. See, there's lots of wet spots on the ground, so it's possible that some smaller ships or rafts, people were knocked into the water somehow, and they had to be rescued. So let's take a look around here. Obviously, there's some more wet spots here. So people that were in the water came out of the water to try to get some cover. We see down here, there's a platform that lowers down, probably to launch some boats or maybe some other different types of vehicles. We're just going to go around the outskirts of the map, looking at all the little finer details around here, and then we'll go into the center, which is where all the real chaos in the on online matches happens. So we see here there's lots of crashed planes, and I'm going to suggest that when the drones started to strike against the supercarrier here, it probably knocked a lot of the planes in half. I think that that's the most likely scenario, because if we look, I haven't seen any bullet holes or any shell casings on this map yet, so it's most likely that this was a drone attack. Obviously, we have this classic platform right here that people would use to peek. And this is where a lot of the snipers would jump off and try to hit their clips on. Again, lots and lots of memorable sniper and free-for-all moments to be had here. So let's come over here onto this side of the map. We see another destroyed engine right here. Now, this could have been from an aircraft that was shot out of the sky. Perhaps it was from one of the planes that exploded, or maybe one of the crashed aircrafts there. So this is the first little instance that we have of some bullet holes. Look around here. So the bullet holes are in this wall right here. They're pretty big. I'm going to suggest that they might have been from an aircraft or from a drone. Maybe an aircraft that was doing some shooting as it was flying by, and perhaps it's one of the aircraft that crashed in the center of the map. But an interesting little detail about this map is that there's a little outskirts, little hidden path right here. So you can take this, jump here, obviously some like little light parkour elements, and you can use this to get into back under this part of the map. So we have multiple ways of entering this side of the map here. So bullet holes here, pushing in right here, another wet spot. So possibly somebody that was in the water came out of the water, infiltrated the ship, maybe from a boat perhaps, And then obviously there was some firing, some gunfire going against the wall in here. So it looks like the ship was obviously caught off guard. Probably somebody who was in the water or a ship, or maybe they came aboard and they started to fire and cause some havoc. We see lots and lots of bullets right here, and definitely the blood on the ground is a good indication that these shots are from somebody who is jumping onto the ship. And we have these little outer platforms right here, so it's getting a lot of indication that somebody probably came from off the ship that was in the water, because there's lots of water spots. They came and caused some trouble and started to infiltrate the ship. Again, we have over here, we have a broken out window. So this is interesting. Let's come up here. We see here the glass has been shot out and broken out because the glass is both in and out. So it's possible that the glass was shot from this angle here, or maybe there was some infiltration and it came around here and they came in and shut up this room. This is obviously one of the control rooms that operates the anti-air missiles. So perhaps somebody infiltrated the ship and these anti-air missiles were shooting down a lot of the drones that were harassing the fleet. And maybe obviously somebody came onto the ship, probably tried to disable the anti-air missiles to allow the drones to destroy the carrier. Come back down over here. This little lip right here is very interesting because it's one of the only points where you can actually see and shoot that little spawn area that we saw on the other side of the map. So now that we've gone around the whole 360 in the outskirts, obviously we see emergency rescue vehicles, fire trucks. Obviously they're brought onto the deck to try their best to put out the fire. And I've always wondered, because you see this indentation onto the center of the ship here, I'm going to suggest that this aircraft right here is not one that was already on the carrier, but rather this is a Cortes Dia aircraft that was transporting troops to infiltrate the ship, and it was shot down probably by the anti-aircraft guns. And when they crash here, we see this engine, and we saw the other engine early on the other side of the map over there. So this is most likely where all of the chaos started to happen, after the drones started to impact the ship, destroy this jet here and some of the jets on the other side of the map. After they crash landed here, the survivors from the Cortes Dia aircraft probably started to disperse around the map and start causing trouble. And then this is where we see, you know, all the vehicles were left unattended. They probably dispersed around this area, and they probably came from that center there, and then they started to shoot here and kill a lot of the Chinese sailors who were defending the ship. See another bit of broken glass. I wonder where this is from. There doesn't seem to appear to be another window. Maybe it's up there. Again, it's possible that aircraft was shooting from the sky, or some drones were causing some destruction, because there is just cracks in the ship all over the place. There's grenades, drone explosions. We have right here another spot to get on top of the aircraft. This is obviously another way of getting a good look over the entire carrier here. Obviously you can jump onto this here, get another good vantage point, and then obviously the jump down onto this stealth aircraft here. So that is the little exploring, taking a look at this classic Black Ops 2 launch map. Again, bit of hit or miss for some people, but good favorite of mine. Play this map in free-for-all all the time. And I think that the little details with the impact crater right here, I think that's the most likely that this ship, this aircraft rather, is from Cortes Dia, and it crash landed after getting shot down by the anti-aircraft. And then obviously they probably ran after they crash landed over here to then shoot and take out the operator of the anti-aircraft guns. So then they could possibly steal an aircraft and try to escape. So, that was my little exploring of the Black Ops 2 map Carrier. Leave a comment of what you thought, and if you like this video, be sure to give it a like. And also, give me more suggestions of more maps in Call of Duty that I should take a look at.